Very good.
Okay, so we're here with the great Pat Hanrick, otherwise known as the header. Moved back a little bit there ahead. Now there you go now. And we're here on the day of the opening of John Wall, and I was just inquiring off Pat, or inquisitive to know about the facilities when he started playing and to where we are now. So the facilities when you started, Pat, was?
Well, when we started, Liam, a little bit before your own time, we started in the Bridge Meadow, courtesy of Bobby Hall there. Father Byrne, I was unlucky enough, I was a year too early for when Father Byrne came. But that's where we started our bit of a career that we had as youngsters. It was very little underage in Monclody at the time until Father Byrne came. And we went from there to, as you said there a few minutes ago, the bog out of Hanrick's, our own crowd. But I had to remind you, I'm living in the same bog now, so it was more of a park than a bog, if you understand me. And sure, we went to Cabin's Inch. We trained in Cabin's Inch for the 76 intermediate football final. And the smell down there in the evening wasn't wonderful. And we went from there across the road to Cabin's other field. And we trained for the 1980 senior football final there. So at the end of my time then, the dressing rooms down here, you know that yourself, you were playing that time yourself, were opened, I think, in 85, was it, Liam?
Yeah, 85.
85.
Yeah, Tom Loftus.
Tom was chairman of the club at the time, and I was actually the secretary.
28th of April.
There you are. Right, yes, history is wonderful, and hasn't it come on a good bit since then?
Yes, so we're here again in 2006 with Micheál Mann opening the 3 pitches, and we're lucky enough to be around for the third effort when Canon Deval opens this one, Micheál Martin and Liam Kelly as chairman. So the facilities have improved to no end. The quality of hurling has improved a fair bit, I suppose you would agree. And if you agree, what do you attribute that to?
I wouldn't agree to 100% that the quality of hurling has improved that much, but the facilities, without a shadow of a doubt, like all you have to do is look around you, and the stand is absolutely beautiful. But I think this barrier is going to house a lot of talk over the years. I think that one man and I grown up, and I think it'd be very remiss of me not to mention his name here, was the same chairman's grandfather, because as I said, there was very little hurling in this club until your own father, who I'd like to pay tribute to, Willie Kelly, was the man in my book that put it. Tony O'Loughlin Senior, there's people like them that should never be forgotten on this day. It was great to see Father Wall here, Seamus Deval opening the thing, but there's a couple of people like that should never be forgotten when we look out over those facilities. And it was great to see your father and your mother here today.
Brilliant. And so where do you see the club then, Pat? We're struggling to win the whole intermediate and hurling, and we have a lot of lads gone away travelling this year after the COVID. How do you see the thing panning out this year?
Sure, look at Liam, I suppose we were unlucky not to win an intermediate final last year, and off of that you've probably what people would regard as 4 or 5 the top of them: Aidan Nolan, Billy Kelly, Conor Crane. There's fellas like, Jesus, they're hard to replace. And you know, sir, in your time when you were playing, Jack Swords, Noel Swords, John Byrne, lots of fellas went, and came and went. But for some reason, we're always there or thereabouts after. We're always there to find people. Other lads say they're not as good. Maybe they're not as good, but maybe they've other attributes that some of those good fellas maybe lack a little at times.
Yes.
Like you're looking out there to see there now, and we have fellas that wouldn't have been in the panel last year. And sure, that's what it is. You have to keep your shoulder to the wheel.
Keep moving.
Like the good facilities won't do anything for that. It's about the fellas over. Your own brother Dennis is there. I was over the team with him back, I'd say it must be 12, 14, and he's still there on the line. And these are the people that has the club where it is.
You see that as a hindrance or a help?
Oh, an absolute massive help. A massive help. Because no man knows more about hurling in the club. I'll have to say now, in fairness to him, he's given everything to it. Now, Jesus, there's no question, and we're lucky enough to get in Barty Regan there for a couple of years. And Barty Regan has gone now not to his reward by any means, but there's always someone else to take up the mantle.
Yes,
There's no such thing in this day of one man being bigger than the club. There's not.
So your own career then, Heather, you played underage hurling football for the county, senior hurling football for the county, and you won 2 senior football medals, an intermediate hurling medal, and then we're first in the club. That must have been. We'll take the club thing first. Winning the first senior football, first intermediate hurling the same year. That must have been some.
Of course it was. Sure, you were part of both of those yourself. Sure, of course it was. Like we struggled for years, and possibly what possibly is different now is the dedication is probably better. Like we won an intermediate in '76. We lost to hurling in '77. Like we were in senior county finals in '80, and we were in semi-finals. But there's no question, but and myself included, the people maybe weren't as dedicated as they are now. And I look here to my left, I see Big Mick, and I see him running up and down the road, and possibly was guilty of the same thing, same as myself, not dedicated enough maybe.
There you go.
Sorry now, Michael, I just like to...
So your inter-county career then, Heather?
Short and sweet.
Yeah, well, there you had all grades, minor hurling football,
I suppose,
under hurling football,
absolutely,
and senior hurling football.
Yeah, and I played in '77, and I was brought back in '82. Probably look at again, short and probably down to my own lack of commitment.
The 5 Hanrick brothers that played in the '76 football final and the '82 intermediate hurling final. That must have been, when you look back, I suppose at the time you don't think a whole lot of it. When you look back then, it's great to look back.
Sure, look at it. It's great in days like today when people remind you of it. Like over the last, you said '76. Was it '76? Yeah, 76.
Yeah, you're in the two finals, '76, two intermediates, but
that's right.
hurling weren't played in '77.
Yeah, and five is played, but '76 is 40-something years ago. On the day-to-day life of it, or I presume if you ask the other four fellas either, it's great. It's great for the history books. It's great for someone to say, look, it was 5 of us. But there was a couple of Connors has played. There was a couple of Kellys played in county final. Like it's great to have a start. The same with the Fitzhenry, 6 or 7 in Monaghan. Of course, it's great for a club to have families, but there's always someone else.
You're a former secretary of the club?
I am.
Yes.
I am indeed.
You have the record still, I assume?
Which one? The record what?
Jim Reeves. Yeah.
The record for what?
Any records of club meetings?
Oh, jeez, not all. They were kept in the back of a fag box. I used to smoke major that time.
Your big white box.
And most of them were kept on it. But I was secretary when we opened the pitch in '85, and we were senior clubs at that time as well.
Yes.
And both codes, I think. So.
Yeah. And even at one stage in Camogie as well, so with 3 seniors.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had. And sure, what we're striving to do, and what these lads out there are striving to do, is get back to there.
Yes.
And sure, that's what it's all about. That's great. There's a couple of brilliant young hurlers coming up there. Young Regan, there's a couple of Kellys there, young fellas, and
great to see it.
Great to see it.
Well, thank you very much, Pat, for the interview.
You're more than welcome.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank
you.